VHS Review, the series where I take VHSs, give my thoughts and comments on them, watch them with you guys, give my thoughts and comments on them, and then at the end I tell you whether or not they're worth buying. But, before we get into this VHS review, I have only one thing to say. Shitting tit face. There we are, now that I've said that, this video can't be infected with the copper virus. Yeah, it can't be affected by copper. So, for the 5th episode of my VHS review series, we are going to be watching Jimbo and the Jet Set, The Royal Visitors. Now, not too many people know about this show. But basically, if you've never heard of this show before, it's about this anthropomorphic jet plane who lives at London Heathrow, and he basically travels around the world, does loads of things. Yeah, this was made in the 80s and has since become a cult classic cartoon, and it's quite a nice cartoon. There's a lot I have to talk about with this one, but I'll get straight. That I will leave for when I actually review it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so here's the front cover. Here's the back of it. So we've got 10 episodes on here. This VHS was originally released in the late 80s, but this copy was re-released in 1999. This VHS was re-released in 1999 by Castle Home Video. So yeah. And it has a running time of approximately 40 minutes. So, sit back, relax, go and get some snacks and a drink if you feel like it, because this video is going to be about 50 minutes long. Right, opening it up now. Here's the tape. Oh dear. Sorry about that, guys. Here's the back of the tape. And now, I will go right ahead and put this tape into my VHS player. And then, fasten my camera onto the stand. There we go. Just slotting in like that. And now, we will get straight into this VHS review. Now, one thing I need to mention is I must apologise because this particular VHS, doesn't have the best sound quality. So if you can't quite hear what's going on or what they're saying, then I apologise. In fact, I might turn it up, just to be on the safe side. I've already got it pretty loud, but just turn it up. Okay, here we are. Here's the Castle Home Video logo. Excellent. Now, here's the intro. This has a great theme song. An amazing theme song. This show was created by Peter Madlux, a guy who had his own cell animation company. This has very charming 1980s cell animation.
Hello? Yes?
And amazing voice acting as well. There are only there are only two people doing all the voices in this show. Peter Hawkins does all of the male voices, and Susan Sheridan voices Jimbo and all the female characters.
The flagship's just flying over the pyramids. That's in Egypt, Chief.
I know.
Oh, that's a running gag for this episode. So there's the one where the flagship is flying over all these countries, and then the chief's assistant tells him that the flagship's flying over this country, and then he says, "I know." That's a running gag for this for this episode.
I'm on my way, chef.
Very nice.
What a racket. I'm supposed to be taking off for New York at any moment. And I've got an appointment in Bombay.
Oh, come on. It's not
Well,
often
there's
it's
Jimbo.
royalty. It's
Both
really
these
rare.
people are very
Your
talented.
opinion will ask for it, Jimbo. Yes, you're only a junior jet around here, so kindly remember that.
Whoops. Sorry, I spoke.
Hey, come on, you lot, stop.
Now, unfortunately, only 25 episodes of this show were made.
The flagship's just flying
Oh,
over
there we
the
go.
Acropolis. That's in Greece, Chief.
I know.
Gangway, no time to lose.
Isn't it exciting?
Don't get in the way, Jimbo. Do something useful.
Yes, I've got a very useful...
Now, the chief controller really does not like Jimbo, and he's a bit of a dick to him sometimes. Like now.
Yes, you can pick up that huge banner over there which says, "Welcome to your majesties,"
Yeah.
and tow it around the airport.
If I was Jimbo, I wouldn't mind doing that. He thinks it's a rotten job, to quote him.
That's a rotten job.
Ah, see? Speak of the devil. But,
Royalty wants to be introduced to an horrible little squirt like
he
you.
bloody hates him! He's a dick!
That's in Italy, Chief.
I know that.
Well, if I was Jimbo, I wouldn't mind doing the job he's doing.
Come on, Jimbo.
Keep your wings on, Chief. What a rotten job.
No, it's I wouldn't mind doing it.
Position, Chief.
Oh, then we must get our skates on. We are the welcoming committee.
She's almost here, Chief. She's just flying over Paris. That's in...
Don't tell me. Isn't that in France?
Yes.
I
Now, the flagship is supposed to be Concorde, but that does not look like Concorde at all. Remember, this was made in the 80s. Concorde was still in service back then.
know.
Even though that's supposed to be Concorde, it looks nothing like Concorde at all. But I suppose we can let that slide.
What the? Royal dogs?
They're dogs. That's please the Chief. And they'll have to go into quarantine. Just guess where the quarantine kennels are. Right next to the control tower.
What down? Your Majesty.
Chief, I'm off to Royal Scotland.
Oh, this is the point where the audio quality doesn't get so great. Sorry about this, guys, once again. Anyway, so what sets this apart from Peppa Pig is one of the things that sets this apart from that god-awful Peppa Pig is the narrator. Peppa Pig's narrator just regurgitates everything that the characters are saying or doing, like the kids who are watching it are stupid or something. But it's different here because Jimbo's narrator has Jimbo's narrator only speaks once at the very beginning of each episode, just to establish the setting of the episode, just to get people up to speed with what's happening in the episode, and then doesn't speak again for the whole episode. That's what Peppa Pig's narrator should have done, but no. He has to regurgitate everything the characters are saying or doing like they're stupid or something. I'll just turn it up. Yeah, the audio quality's really getting bad now. I'm really sorry, guys.
Oh, Katie, just wait for sunset to arrive before you step off the plane. They used to be first-time flyers. Why? Where is Auntie?
Jimbo, I want words with you. Jimbo!
Yeah, he says that at the end of those episodes sometimes.
Jimbo. The other runway, Tommy Toe Tuck. Get on with it. All right, you're right. Have a nice holiday, all that sunshine, Jimbo. You'll look when you...
The chief really hates Jimbo. So he's just so... As I said, amazing music. And amazing animation. Okay, how did Jimbo get all the way from London to Honolulu on the other side of the world within just a few minutes? I guess they must have just cut out the bulk of his journey. That's the only explanation I can think of. Why does this guy keep singing? I don't know. Okay, that's nice. Why the hell are the trees dancing? Okay, it's a cartoon, I guess I can give it the slip. There are some elements in this thing, in this show, which are very, very cartoonish, but it's a cartoon, so I can... Usually I let cartoons like Jimbo and the Jet Set get away with everything. I don't mind things being really cartoonish, as long as there aren't too many plot holes. Usually I don't mind it if things are cartoony, like Jimbo, just as long as there aren't too many plot holes or something. But there's one episode of the series, there is one episode of Jimbo I really don't like. It's full of plot. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, just because. But that episode is full of plot holes and stuff. Oh, and it's come back, and he's come back. There was no need for... Okay, you know what, I'm not going to say anything, but as I was saying, there's one episode of Jimbo that I really don't like because it's full of plot holes and stupidity. That's the only episode of this show that I don't like. Oh, it's nice that Jimbo's holiday may have been cut short, but it's nice that his girlfriend is here. Oh, kissing him, how nice. I know the chief is mean sometimes, but at least he gets what's coming to him all the time, sometimes.
very long flight.
No control. Permission to stop and rest.
He must have come all the way from Australia.
Who?
That's the only explanation as to why he's so tired now. Because in some episodes he travels halfway around the world. In one episode he travels to China.
I can't do it.
And in the last episode he went all the way to Hawaii.
My wings are too tired.
Nonsense. Get out on runway 3 and make ready for takeoff. Tommy Kotak, give that lazy young train a hand. Quickly now. I've got an airfield to run. Gosh, you look worn out, Jimbo. You should be more condition.
Oh dear.
Jimbo looks as if he's got jet lag. He should be fine.
Yeah. At least, so as I said, at least the chief gets what's coming to him. Sometimes the being mean to everyone. I bet he said good grief, put it back, because I wonder what because I dread to think what what an anthropomorphic jet plane's tongue would look like.
Yes, I think you're going to wish you take on that flight to Glasgow, Jimbo. They do very hard work. Yeah. Get that plane out on the runway 6 and test its takeoff speed. We must get his confidence back. Oh, I've got work building up here.
Yeah, Jimbo is sometimes a bit of a moaner, but that's just part of his personality. He's a very lovable plane, really. Mickey Mouse hands.
It's no good, Chief. I'm sick. All I'm good for is the slapping. Yuck.
Nonsense, Jimbo. You're just a little run down, that's all. Don't worry, we'll get you airborne. Yes, we have many ways of getting you airborne.
We're all day right about Jimbo.
It's not yet. Don't worry, you pretty little Endo. The good doctor will get him flying again.
There's loads of different ways they must treat jet planes like this. This is a world full of anthropomorphic vehicles and stuff like Thomas, so I guess they can do what they want. So I don't mind things being cartoony, just as long as the writing is still okay.
No safety bumpers, nothing. Just the end of the runway.
Okay, the audio quality is improving now.
This could be very dangerous.
It's just this particular tape I've got.
I know what I'm doing.
It's got nothing to do with the episodes themselves, it's just the tape.
Tommy Contract. He did my flight off.
Oh, that got him off the ground again. Nice.
What a beautiful cure. I must write this up for aeronautical history.
Oh, Tommy, we all saw what you did to get Jimbo's confidence back. We're all so proud of you, my hero.
Gosh, it's about time you were airborne, Jimbo. You had us all very worried down here. Now then, about that Glasgow trip.
I'm on my way, Chief. It's great to be flying again. I feel fantastic.
On his return from a long flight, taking
Oh, this is a pretty good episode.
Jimbo, low on fuel, is anxious to get to his hangar for a bath and a good night's rest.
Hello, Control. Permission to land, please. Hello? Hello? Are you receiving me? Permission to land, please.
Sorry, Jimbo, you'll have to hold. Take your turn in the queue until we're ready for you.
You? What you? You mean fly around in circles? I can't do that. I'm low on fuel, Chief.
You'll do as you're told, Jimbo. It's like Piccadilly Circus down here. We are far too busy to argue with you.
Oh, I'm fed up with this lark. I'm getting dizzy flying round in circles.
Hey, stay in line, Jimbo.
Oh, that's the same plane from
But I'm going
earlier.
low on fuel. I've flown halfway round the world. I'm tired, I'm dirty.
Think nothing of it. I
I have flown all the way from Bombay.
Bombay? He looks Russian to me.
And I've just arrived from New York, so take your place in the queue, Jimbo.
Oh, this is ridiculous. And just look at all that cloud. I'm never going to get drought. Hey, hang on.
Oh.
Haha, this gives me an idea.
Yeah, that looks like the flagship, aka Concorde. Even though the flagship looks nothing like Concorde, and that cloud does look like Concorde, but I can still accept that that's moving a nose. Those are the sorts of facial expressions seen in SpongeBob today. But again, I don't mind, or the ones in SpongeBob.
Come in, Concorde.
But as I was saying, I don't mind that the actual flagship looks nothing like Concorde, and yet that cloud does look like Concorde. And they don't even, and in the first episode, they don't even mention
The flagship's coming in on 4.
them.
Stand by, Sammy set. Stand by, Amanda package truck. Don't stand by, everybody.
And they don't even, in the first episode, they don't even mention the, they don't even refer to the flagship as Concorde, even though that cloud looks like Concorde, and the actual flagship doesn't look like Concorde at all. Yet I can still accept that.
She's about to touch down. I can see her from here.
It's a cartoon, so I can accept almost anything, just as long as the writing isn't that. Just as long as the writing's alright. Which is never normally the case with Peppa Pig. The animation in this is way better than Peppa Pig's animation, in my opinion. Oh dear.
What? Jimbo, I'll get you for this.
Oh,
I'll
dear.
teach you to make a fool out of me.
Yeah, but Chief, I told you I was short on fuel. I had to get down somehow, honestly, Chief.
See, at least Jimbo got down though. I wouldn't even mind doing what Jimbo's doing now if I was him.
Jimbo, I can't see you for cloud. Clouds of dust, that is. Sure. Clouds of dust. That's a good one. Sure.
Oh, well, I don't care. I came, I saw, I conquered.
Jimbo.
Oh, this is a great episode too.
Crossing the Atlantic. He liked to spend his time spotting the different types of ships bobbing their way across that mighty ocean.
That ship down there isn't making much headway. I better take this place to look. It could be in trouble.
Hey, help! Can you see this? I've got engine trouble. I've lost my mast.
Okay.
And my radio is up.
Oh dear.
Oh, just as I thought. The ship's in trouble.
You think he saw us, Chief? This sea's getting very angry.
Oh, the cat is also a running gag for this episode too. Some episodes of this series have lots of running gags.
Hello, Control. I've got a ship in distress position. Hello, Control. Do you read me? I've got a mayday out here.
I hope that plane is reported out position. Things are getting desperate down here. You'll have to hurry. We can't hold out much longer.
Hello, mayday. Are you receiving me?
We can just about hear you, Jimbo. Are you in trouble?
Oh dear, the radio interference. They can't hear me. I must do something. That little boat is sinking fast.
Hang on, I think that plane has everything under control.
Meow.
I hope you're right.
Oh, Henry Helicopter. I've just introduced a character to Redcliffe Railway Tales called Henry the Helicopter. But I actually came up with that name before I watched this episode for the first time, so I didn't know that. That name had already been used for a helicopter. But I kept it anyway. I'm sure the creators of this show won't mind. It's not like they've got a trademark or a patent for the name Henry the Helicopter. At least I don't think they do. So it should be alright. By the way guys, another quick update on Redcliffe Railway Tales Season 2 Episode 5. I'm having problems with, as I already explained in the previous update video, I've been having problems with with script writing and voice acting. At present, I don't know when the episode will come out, but hopefully it'll come out sometime in March, or possibly even early April. I'm really sorry. That would mean that it would be almost 4 months since the last episode, the biggest gap between episodes of Redcliffe Railway Tales, but I'm really sorry. Also, one of the voice actors hasn't been round to my house for ages, so I would have gotten him round over half term, but he was away over the whole of half term, so I couldn't get him over. I'm sorry about that, guys, but just please be patient, bear with us, and hopefully we'll be able to, the episode will be released sometime in the future. Hopefully it'll be released at some point during March. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Hopefully it'll be released in March.
I'm not a member of the, yes, you know. Yeah, you can say that again. It's really bumpy flying at this close, please. No, I have to go outside.
Oh, if rivets were poking out like that, then I don't think that old-timer would be allowed to fly in the real world. But Jimbo doesn't take place in the real world, it takes place in a cartoony world, but like I said, it doesn't, it's okay for the most part. I don't like it. It's okay. But it's okay, yeah, it's okay though.
It's not you, Jimbo. We've had to close the airport, I'm afraid. Terrible storm blowing here. Divert to Glasgow.
The duck.
Well, it looks as if we can't get today. Come on, follow me. This weather is getting worse and worse. Oh, Glasgow, are you receiving me? Loud and clear, Jimbo. Shooting thicker landing here. We're up to sponge and snow. London have informed us that their fog is now clear. Divert to London. I so believe it. Did you hear that, old-timer? Bang on. I'd love to see London again. You know, London Bridge. Old Father Thames. Still rolling along. Yeah, rolling along is right. Come on, follow me to London. Hello, Jimbo. I see you've got your old friend with you. Welcome to London, old-timer. The presser here. They want to take some more pictures.
Why are those photos in black and white? It's the 80s, colour pictures did exist then, but I suppose I could let that slide as well.
Are you all right out there?
You fat cows, I've got a fall in the street and it's freezing, brother.
I want you to test the runway for safety. Take off as soon as the snow is clear.
Take off? But Chief, I was looking for you to a hot water bottle in my hanger.
Hot water is exactly what you'll be in if you don't get on that runway and get airborne, Jimbo.
Stand by to take off.
Yeah, like I said, the chief controller really isn't. But he does get his. But he does get what's coming to him at the end of this episode, as you'll see.
But I'm clear for flying today in this terrible weather. Only I have a wonderful ice skating team anxious to get to Germany for the World Championship event.
Whoa, the championship event. Don't you worry your pretty little head, my dear. I shall have a train ready for your passengers as soon as I've tested the runway. Come on now, Jimbo, nice and steady. I have an urgent job for you.
I bet it's a rotten job. Still, it's got to be better than this. I'm freezing. Here I come, Chief. Phew, I must be careful. It's very slippery today.
You'll have to do better than that when you touch down in Germany, Jimbo.
You want me to fly to Germany in this weather? Good old Jimbo.
You're a real hero. Take you to Germany to help us win the World Skating Championship.
Think nothing of it. Anything for VIPs people like yourselves. World Skating Champions, sure. This is a real privileged job.
And just
See,
remember that.
he doesn't look like doing.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Chief. The championship team is in safe hands with me from now on. Hello, Germany. Permission to land, please.
Guten Tag, Jimbo. Be careful how you touch down. The runway is a little slippery today, huh? It's Nickel Mark. Artistic merit. Cheerio, Jimbo.
Thanks for a great entrance to the championship. It was nothing.
See, the chief's about to get what's coming to him.
Permission to land, please, London.
Is that you, Jimbo? It's a bit hairy here, I'm afraid. We have a big build-up of snow on runway 4. I think I'd better divert you to another airport. Then on your own head be it, Jimbo. I will not be responsible for what could happen on such a slippery surface.
Oh, how did Jimbo get those skis? I really don't understand how he got those skis. Was he hiding them somewhere?
I'll catch you for that, Jimbo.
Oh. I don't know if I can let that slide though. But this isn't the worst episode of the series. I'm not going to tell you what it is just because. But at least the chief got what was coming to him. And the control tower's gonna get covered again in this episode. Oh, the chief controller is... Apparently his birthday is on April Fool's Day.
Don't worry, I didn't even mention it. Besides, we never used this card.
Hello, stand by everybody. I have a very special visitor today. Very special indeed. Captain Squirt, the fire chief, and his brand new firefighting engine. We are going to witness, today, take part in a fantastic fire prevention display. Jimbo, stand by on runway 4 to take a very active part in our splendid display. Very active indeed.
Well, something's going to happen to Jimbo. And the control tower for that matter.
Right, get yourself airborne and circle the airport. I will give you permission to land when we are ready. Do I make myself clear, Jimbo? Wait for my signal.
All right, Clancy. I'm taking off now. Steady as we go.
Right, Captain Squirt. My airport is at your command. Hello, Freddie Firetruck. This is your captain speaking. Position yourself on runway 4 and aim your cannon across the runway away from my command. Is that
Ah, now something else I want to say. If you're wondering why Jimbo is called Jimbo, it's because in the very first episode of the series, he was supposed to be a jumbo jet, but then he was built to a very small size because his designer mistaked inches for centimeters. I'd be pretty pissed about that as well if I was covered in foam like that. Oh, we have April Fool's Day. So anyway, Jimbo was supposed to be a jumbo jet, but then his designer mistaked inches for centimeters, resulting in his small size. So the word jumbo became Jimbo, and that's how Jimbo got his name, because it's a very small plane. Oh, this is going to be a big mistake. Or maybe the chief intended it. April Fools.
Look at the control tower. It looks just like a giant birthday cake.
And with a candle sticking out the top.
Oh yes. Yeah, we missed him. He knew what to do. That candle just ignite itself like that. I don't know if I can let that slide, but most things in this series I can let slide because it's a cartoon, but there are very few things I can't let slide. That bad episode of this show that I already mentioned. I'll leave it up to you to find that bad episode. Because I can't be bothered to explain what happens in that episode for you guys. It was all just... It's not a flying saucer though, because Jimbo's just seeing things because of that flash. He's just, he's gone, it's just hallucinations. This whole episode is basically a hallucinogenic acid trip. Hallucinations and acid trips.
Jimbo, I'm in no mood for your silly skylark. Just sit down here on runway 4 and let me get to bed. Or do you want me to beam you down?
Beam you down. That is pretty funny, actually.
What's going on? Feels like an earthquake.
Going on.
I'm moving. I'm going upwards. I'm spinning out of here. Help! Help! Get me out of here. Well, Jimbo, I know you're out there. Well, I've been locked up now. Will I get my hands on you? I knew it.
Oh. That spaceman's not real. It's just that alien's not real. It's just a the chief's just hallucinating for this part. It's not real. None of this is real. Therefore, I can let it slide. I don't think I would let it slide otherwise. But because this is all a hallucination for the chief, it's a hallucinogenic acid trip, I can let it slide.
Back on terra firma. I'm safe. Get me out
Terrifying.
of here. Help me, somebody.
Sorry, I was a long time getting the cocoa too, but the milk boiled over.
Never mind. Hello, Jimbo. Good thing you were away. We can know that was just being struck by lightning.
Oh, see? That's why it was a hallucination, because the control tower was struck by lightning. That must have caused the chief to see all those things. Oh, and also, it might have just been because he was tired as well.
If you ask me, you're not the only one who needs a good night's rest, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yes, with sparkling bright eyes, Tommy.
Oh, yes. Don't forget the sparkling bright eyes, Tommy.
Well, Iceman, my baby should be dying in another galaxy.
Maybe they would. I don't know, but it wasn't real, that. Anyway, so that's the end of this VHS. Here's the credits. Rather short video this, shorter than usual, but I hope you still got some decent things out of this video, and there's no copyright or messages or anything after this for some reason. So we'll just fast forward and then you'll see the VHS rewinding. Hang on, let me get the thing. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Oh, here we are, it's rewinding now. Right. And as tradition, when this comes out, I've got to make sure it's rewound all the way so that there's not even a tiny bit of tape on top of the right-hand ring of the tape. Come on, come out. Here we are. Right, come on out. Come on. Right, here it comes. Right, see there's a tiny bit of tape on there, so just got to rewind it just to make sure it's rewound all the way to the back. Here we go. Now I eject it. Just checking. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be okay. So that was the end of this VHS. So yeah, it's a great cartoon, Jimbo and the Jet Set. It has got one or two flaws. This show does have one or two flaws, but for the most part, it's a pretty good show. And I think it's definitely worth watching. Yeah, if you've got a VHS player, definitely go out and buy this VHS. But before you buy it, just make sure you've got make sure it's got good audio quality. And make sure you buy one that's actually got good audio quality, like this one. But the audio quality wasn't too bad. Yeah. But, yeah. Just make sure you get one with better audio quality. But if you've got a VHS player, definitely buy this VHS, either way. So anyway guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to me, Trainlover16, if you haven't already. So this was a great VHS. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this VHS review, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!